Hello, everybody. We're back. Somebody talk so we know chat can hear you this time.
Hello, I'm
Hello.
speaking.
Aha!
Fuck.
You-
Fuck shit.
Hey now.
I
Maybe they can't hear.
don't yell at me for doing the job you asked for.
I said words. How dare you bring slander into this? But we are back with the Labor Day Bits, Crits, and Halfwits. In other good, fantastic labor news, the government entity that runs unions changed the way companies are forced to recognize unions.
Mm-hmm.
So it used to be that they didn't have to recognize a union until the union held a vote and elected a president, which means up until that point they could do anything they wanted to the people trying to start the union. Now, if 30 people sign the petition, they are legally forced to either have the union board call a vote for a union president or recognize the union. And if they retaliate to anyone on the petition before that happens, they are legally legally obligated to recognize the union immediately.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Huge labor news.
That's incredible.
Best Labor Day news I could have gotten today.
I know,
Honestly.
right?
Oh yeah.
This is why voting's important.
Mm-hmm.
It is why voting's important. But enough of that. Time for the place where the players get no votes and I get all of them. Welcome to the dictatorship, the disaster tour. Welcome back, everybody. I'm PT. Thanks for joining us. Hello to all of our players. If you want to give us our question of the day.
Yeah, so I was debating what I would ask until this very moment. And I think that I'm going to go with what is your character's favorite pasta? The alternate question was if your character was playing D&D, what would they choose to play?
Oh my god.
So I don't know. So I guess choose which one is more interesting to you.
Why not?
I also
Those
I
are
have
two very different questions.
I have a question I would like to pitch as well.
Mm-hmm.
When your character has kids, what class will their kids be?
Ooh.
If your
Okay.
character
So-
has kids,
Wow.
what class will their kids be?
So pasta, then your character playing D&D, and then your
Yeah.
children playing D&D. Got it.
Mhm,
You know what?
mhm.
Yeah, this is a Labor Day weekend special where we put in all the extra work.
Oh, we're doing all
Yeah.
three?
Mhm.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We work so you don't have to.
All right,
So-
well, roll your D100s then, and the top three D100s will get to each decide a character that I answer one of the questions as.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Fun. Oh wait,
There's
I have
only-
such wait. I wanna revise my question a little bit. Instead of them playing D&D, they're playing like humans in offices or whatever.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
What was your favorite office job be? Mundane
Like, what would they
office
choose to
job.
play? Yeah.
All right. Well, first we have
better.
Lyra Dreamshadow, the human or the Kalishtar wizard from Stipvale, played by.
Hello, I'm Rosie when Rosie see us on the intranet. And okay, pasta.
Pasta.
Spaghetti. It's just spaghetti, red sauce, meatballs.
Mhm.
That's what she's going for.
Mhm.
The thing that if she was playing like humans in offices, she would be, I think she'd go for like an actuary. Like she'd be like insurance. Yeah. She wants to do a little bit of math, a little insurance
A
speculation.
little bit of scamming.
Yeah. What was the third question? What's the third
If you have
question?
children, what are their classes going to be?
If the character had children?
Mm-hmm.
What are
Yeah.
their children's
Okay.
classes?
I think that Lyra would like. Okay, I think they'd end up being like a sorcerer just with inbuilt magic. Although, like, Lyra would be really upset by that. Like, she would want them to learn magic. She'd be like, no, you gotta do it with the book, you guys. And they'd be like, I don't understand what you're saying to me right now.
And then we have Karaka Reem, the Furbolg warlock from the Feywild, played by.
Hello, my name is Terminian Link VT. The pasta that Karak would like would be ravioli, simply because it's very similar to a calzone, and as we all know, that's the only one of the few canon foods that we've been able to ascertain.
Karak is just bed Wyatt.
What class they would play in? Were we going with the cul-de-sac PTA mom sort of thing, or are we going with actual classes?
No,
No,
it's like
no, no.
what's your office?
Humans
job?
and
You're like
offices,
office
yeah.
Humans and offices. Okay. Well, I feel like Karak would be like a park ranger. I feel like that's the closest thing I can give to that.
You said
really-
you said like the moms, and I immediately pictured Karak as like leader of like an HOA.
God, I'm not.
And I'm here for
Honestly,
it.
I can see that, and then just a bunch of chaotic.
Not a Karen
show up.
HOA.
Yeah,
A
it's
good
like
HOA.
they got pulled in, and they just happened to rise to the top because everybody else left. And it's like, I guess I'm in charge now.
And then what
and then
class
if
is
they
Karak's potential future children?
if they were to have children, which I doubt, because Karak's very much me, and I don't want children. Nothing wrong with that. I have too many already. 15,000. But honestly, I can see Karak would try to get them to teach them about being a warlock, but if that didn't stick, they'd probably just end up being like, honestly, probably I can kind of see. God, my brain, at the moment I latch on to a class, it's gone.
What's the class do?
Is it magic?
I think it'd be funny if their
Is
kid
it
became a
melee?
cleric. It's different, but not by much.
Same, but different.
Insane, but different.
It's the same, but I didn't have to do any signing.
And then we have News and Worldwalker, the Minotaur Sorbarian from Olfast, played by.
It's me, the Sky T. Sorry, I was a little bit late. I think Newsom's favorite pasta would be bow tie pasta because it's fun and functional. I think if Newsom was gonna have a mundane office job, I think it would be really funny for her to play like a front desk like clerk.
It's still
because-
my answer.
We had same brain cell. That or like she would be in charge of like making copies. Like she would be the copy runner.
Intern.
Just
Newsom's
constantly
job
like
is
smashing
intern.
the
Permanent intern.
Exactly. When nothing is working, like they call IT and IT doesn't do shit, and they're like, Newsom, we need you to come punch the copy machine, and she's like, got it, I got it. She knows just where to kick it,
Unpaid,
Yeah.
unpaid
that
intern
Fonzie
getting
touch
free
where they
drinks
just
out of
elbow and go, "A."
unpaid intern getting free drinks out of the vending machine.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And then the class that Newsom's kids would be, I've actually talked to PT about the potential of Newsom's descendants and like playing one in a future campaign. And I said that they would be sorcerers because I thought it would be really funny for them to have like they're just natural magic users, where she's had to like go through so much shit to earn it. They would just be like spoiled assholes.
Well, that lines up with Lyra's answer, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Same answer.
Yeah.
Just like
And Lyra's just upset that she couldn't teach them magic.
Newsom went through so much shit that fate decided their entire lineage deserves magic at this point.
Yeah, she'd probably be really disappointed that none of them punch things too. Like,
Mhm.
she'd be like, "Why aren't you all doing push-ups?"
And then, last but not least, we have Lulin Boldspeaker, the Minotaur Druidin from
Hey, me.
Olfast, played by.
And me, Brambo. Back up a little bit. I don't think that's why Lyra would be upset. I think Lyra would be upset because they don't have a reason to go to college.
Mm.
That is so true. That's so true.
Why go
Lulin's
to
favorite-
college when you have your trust fund built into your bloodline?
Lulin's favorite would be Rigatoni.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Rigatoni. Same thing as spaghetti. Rigatoni meatballs.
Hmm.
Same thing. Lulin would probably play. He would probably play like something like fucking wild, like are gunslingers like a thing in D&D?
Yeah, but not in
Yeah.
office jobs.
No,
yeah.
no, like
Not in
the-
humans
the-
in
oh,
offices.
Yeah.
Sorry, I changed
Humans
the
in
question.
offices. Yeah.
yeah, Lulu would
Jesus.
absolutely be the secretary. He's here for the tea. He's here for the drama.
Sexy secretary, Llewellyn
Yeah.
Bold speaker.
Yes.
I would have pinned Lulin as HR.
just have Mazebreaker in the back as the fucking banhammer.
Yes.
Mazebreaker gets replaced with the fired stamp.
No, they just put
Except
the
it-
rubber stamp on the end of
Except
Mazebreaker.
it's somebody getting whacked outside of the second floor.
All right.
And then Lulin's kids, you'd have two. One of them would be going after himself, being a druid, and the other one probably a barbarian or a fighter. Mostly because one gotta impress the family, and the other is gonna be a pothead. And I feel like that's fucking accurate.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. All right,
Oh.
so Karak, I still need you to roll that D100 for me.
Yeah, I'm waiting. It's been finally it's loaded.
Do you have hardware acceleration turned off?
Probably honestly.
All right. So Karak, who am I answering the pasta question as?
The only one that sprang to mind the moment you said was Mazebreaker because I want to know what a hammer's favorite pasta is.
Mazebreaker
that's
Mazebreaker also enjoys rigatoni.
Mm.
Him and Lulin are on the same brainwave.
I don't know. Listen, you get the little rigatonis on the fork. Get like four of them on a fork. Man,
Lyra, who am I answering the second question as?
What's the name of that god that we just met? Karak's god?
You haven't. Oh,
Her.
Nissa.
Yeah, Nissa,
Nissa.
yeah.
I mean, that one's
This
not
is a
mine, but
Karak's
okay.
God.
Oh, sorry.
I
I'm
like
the
how you-
Lady of White Roses.
I like to imagine Lyra's just like, yeah, you worship them all, right? And it's like, no,
Mhm.
no, not at all.
Just like, that one's yours, right?
This
and
is-
also that one, probably.
Nissa's humans in office job is CEO because she's a god.
That's pretty good. Yeah. I can see that.
And then Lulin, who am I answering the last question as?
what's Elliot's girlfriend that runs the bar?
Elodie?
Elodie, yes.
What are her and Elrond's kids gonna be?
Yes.
Oof. That's a
Oh, they're
rough one.
already to having kids, huh?
In the future, at some point. You don't know how much time's passed since you've been in the hedge.
That's true.
I could pop you out of here 40 years later. Shatter Lulin's soul. No, their kids are either gonna be bards or rogues. Those are really the only options. Because Elrond's not gonna let their kids have no fighting skills, but he's also gonna understand that if you have one kid that's a bard to distract the crowd and the other one that's a rogue to rob them, that's the ideal child situation. You gotta get them working as a team young. Anyways,
Ideal family business.
last week on Bits, Crits, and Halfwits, our lovely characters found the Walking Tower and the Kenku within named Mog, who, upon further research, they realized that, well, Newson realized and then shared with everyone that the Walking Tower was actually stolen from Velkin at some point, or abandoned at some point, and that Mog was trying to collect the essence of all the gods of the Feywild so that he could, as he put it, shatter the sky. He also had a room full of clones of just various different things. And he need to the big sticking point. Will you be quiet?
She's really having a
I'm
fit.
trying to do narration, little woman. As a key sticking point, he said that he could shatter the sky if they let him get the last god essence that he needed from Karak, but that it would 100% kill Karak in the process. So they are looking for ways to either find another way to go about it, or to bring Karak back to life after it happens. Whether they go to the city to find a diamond, or they go to the trickster god to find a wish, there are many options. Will you shut up? But that is where we pick up our session, as Mog, I believe, was taking you all to the second floor to look at the cloning area.
Coffee brings up a good point. We also learned that Roran is the god of hope.
Oh yeah, that was a big reveal right at the end there.
Mhm.
Just like, huh.
Alright.
That doesn't seem...
So as you all rise up on the elevator, Elliot once again eating pizza, which they will be doing for the rest of the evening.
It's just good pizza, man.
A comatose in the
Yeah,
za.
it's good.
You get to the next floor up, and you see rows and rows of the same tubes that you saw the Mog on the ground floor in. A lot of them are filled with gnolls. There's some filled with pixies. There's a giant one in the back of the room that seems to have a large reptilian shape in it. And then there's one prominently by itself, containing a young man with raven black hair, a monkey tail, and a second set of claws. And Mog is just kind of leads you through and shows you, these be my associates.
Lovely to beat them.
It's okay, they can't hear you.
You weren't kidding when you said you had a lot of them.
Oh yes, have many more in storage.
Do we recognize any of them?
Roll history.
Alrighty. Skills, history. Oh, nice. That's pretty good.
You recognize that, well, everyone but Karak, because Karak wasn't there, recognizes that the young man with the black hair is Lulin's soul echo.
Does Lulin know that?
Oh.
No,
we
Lulin's
take-
never seen his own soul echo.
Say,
Oh, right, because you couldn't see your own in the
Mhm.
yeah. This is kind of creepy. That's your, you know how like we had those like soul thing in the soul garden, and I didn't have one, but you guys did. That was yours, Lulin. That's what he looked like. That guy.
Newsom just like looks over at you and goes, I knew it. I knew he looked familiar. Oh,
Mog kind
Yeah,
of
it's a little creepy.
looks
It's
over, and he looks at Lulin, and he looks back at the tube, and he goes, "Interesting."
May
It makes sense. You both like God.
a little like looks. Is this an ideal thing, Mazebreaker, to meet my soul, whatever it is, partner?
I mean, boss, it's happened before, and nothing went wrong. I mean, Newsom met hers.
Fair.
This is all just flying over Karak's head. It's gonna add to the pile soul partner.
Echo.
Echo. Crossed out partner. Echo.
I don't really
Do you know
know.
anything about what the soul echo is?
I mean, I know most people have them. It's kind of like what connects you to the weave plate. Will you shut up?
What is?
Nom, you gotta get your dogs under control.
I know. They're
Nam just
barking up
left
a storm.
Nam plummeted out of the sky and left us with all the dogs.
You bark one
Oh,
more
the
time, you're
blink
gonna go in your kennel.
Every single one of them.
All 9 of them.
Question, Mr. Mog. What does it mean if you don't have like a soul echo?
I don't know. Mog looks up and he goes, I don't know what soul echo is.
I mean, whatever. Oh, wait, who was saying that? Who- there was a connection
Mazebreaker
to
was
the
saying
weave.
that.
Oh, so we didn't hear that,
No.
did we?
No,
Oh,
that
okay.
was just
Sorry.
Yeah, Lulin asked what did a soul echo act. Oh, no, you answered the question. Never mind. You said it was connection to the weave.
Yes. He kind of looks up. He goes, "I don't. Mogno know what that is."
Yes, sorry, I didn't actually have a prompt to ask that question, so now it's just it's sort of a
Weird.
disconnected question. Sorry about
Well,
that.
you did have a prompt because you brought up that it was Lulin's soul echo.
Can Lulin do a religion check with this
Sure.
information? 18.
So you would know, Lulin, that the soul exists in many different spaces all at once. That's why things can happen to you, like you can be shunted to the ethereal plane.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can be banished back to the world you're from. It essentially ties you between worlds, and a soul echo is kind of a manifestation of that connection. A thread through the maze, if you will.
Yeah. I just don't understand why you're here.
He is here because he is Mog's friend.
Lulin's gonna look at news and wasn't everybody else's on the material plane?
I mean, mine got dragged through from one of the portals I accidentally opened from a different I don't actually know if it was a material plane or if it was somewhere else. I just kind of assumed it was. And I mean, Elliot's is a guy that we know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Elliot's fucking Malum, which is weird. Connected by being banished, I guess. And then Lyra didn't have one, and then I think Noms was just a bigger lizard.
Yeah.
All
So-
thing from other
Amazing
plane, though?
adventures.
It seems like
But
everybody's
Malum was from Malum was from a different plane. So
Yeah.
Lyra.
So,
I know I'm gonna forget Lyra, but I don't have any parchment on me. Could you write a note so I can delve into this later?
yeah, sure. What do you want? What do you want it to say?
I just want to dig more research into what an echo is.
Okay, yeah, like soul
interesting.
echo stuff. I
Just-
will jot it down.
I mean, we could always go back to the Echo Gardens.
I'm just confused. I mean, that's just normal, but you all have done a lot. You mentioned portals. I don't even know what soul echoes are. Apparently, it's that. And
Well, yeah.
It's more of a connection in a
Mhm.
sense. It's as though Lulin's gonna dig through his pouch, and he's gonna pull up twine or rope or something. It's as though, and he's gonna hand you one end. It's as though this me, and he's gonna point at the man, and him are connected like this, but through the weave.
Mog walks up and looks at this piece of twine and just goes, "Wonder what happened if something like this happened," and he just holds out scissors and cuts it.
Maybe
And
that's
Lulu's
why.
gonna look
Maybe
at
that's
Lyra.
why.
that is a
Lulu's
very
gonna look
good
at
question.
Lyra.
I just
I'm
sorry, I just had-
don't know.
Do they have to be living? If they die, do you die? Because I just had a whole moment where I realized I've been here for a very, very long time. So if I have one of those, what have they been doing in all that time?
I mean,
I
we
don't
didn't
think it's
know
that.
literal. Yeah, it's not that literal. I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean,
Okay,
After
We've
life,
met.
you're
not
now
literal.
3 of them, I guess.
after life, you're
Technically.
still a part of the weave.
Huh.
So
What
as
do you
long
think
as
it No,
You're not severed. As long as you're not distance from it, I don't see why not. But
Mine fought Lyra, so
yeah, I did not like her. I'm sorry.
No, wait.
Um,
Yours no like her, but you like her?
yeah.
Maybe Echo. He looks up at Lulin. You big on revenge?
not at all.
Okay. So your Echo, your opposite. Universe balance.
Got it. Mine
What do you
turned
think?
into
Lulu looks back at
air.
Lyra.
Axel big on
Yeah, what do you
Axel big on revenge.
so-
Mine turned into air, possibly? Question mark.
Lyra's looking at both kind of Lulin and Mog. And so hypothetically, if someone didn't have one of those, what do you think that means exactly?
You basic.
Oh, that's not as bad. I was
You
worried it was,
already
like,
imbalance.
bad.
Lyra, I have a
Oh.
question.
Perfectly balanced in every way.
Tell
You
me if
perfect
I'm
balance, and
completely
Mog
wrong.
like reaches out and shoves Lyra's leg.
Can I roll a dex check or something?
You can. It's gonna be a very low
Oh,
DC.
Yeah, but what if I fail it? That would be so
The
funny.
DC's a 4.
Could I just like if she could I just like have a
No,
hand
don't
out?
give me.
They gotta
Okay,
do
but
this
don't
on their
hold
own.
it.
We were
Catch-
holding
catch me after
hands.
it falls.
Okay.
Okay. There's like, I gotta do this on my own.
Yeah.
You stumble a little bit, but you catch yourself.
Okay.
Good balance.
Okay.
Yeah. Question for you, Lyra.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but you're a Kalishtar, correct? And
Mhm.
aren't your people of, like, connection or, like, close to, like, angels or, like, stuff like that?
Honestly, I have no idea. It was, kept from me for my whole childhood, and then when I found out, my mom's been a little MIA, and then, so I can ask my dad though.
Kalishtar have spirit guide.
What does that mean? Like, is that like my dad? You think, like, because he's in my head or something?
No, Kalishtar's supposed to have spirit in ethereal plane. That guide.
Huh.
You not have?
Maybe I'll not that I know of. I don't know.
Maybe
I think
Kalishtar's
someone
spirit
talked to
plane
me
died
and-
with gods.
Oh, that would be disappointing. Someone talked to me in my head a while ago, I think. I don't.
Maybe guide just
I guess-
sleepy.
Well, yeah, I guess maybe I'll, when we're not busy, I'll ask my dad about it and see what he says.
Anyway, what we come up here for? Oh, Green Eye Man. Yes, Smog have one.
Have somebody from that has green eyes, like just all the time or like sometimes?
Sometime? Mog think? Mog not pay much attention until you bring up. They Minotaur. They show up like a week ago.
Interesting. I'd be interested to see that, yeah.
Okay, Mog go get as he like walks over to a platform and begins pulling levers. And you see as the pods begin to turn that what you thought was just like a dark ceiling actually extends up stories and stories as you see these towers of pods turning and moving and like dropping new pods down. Da 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 da. As he's just pulling levers.
I think while we're doing this, Lulin's writing a letter specifically for Axel. Just a greeting. Hey, I'm your soul echo. And then he's just gonna keep it like real simple.
That's
Real
good,
short and
'cause
simple.
if I remember correctly, Axel can't read.
Lulin doesn't know that.
I think towards the end of the campaign Axel is a part of, I think he could read. He needed at least 6 checks.
I think by the end of it, we had him reading at like a 3rd grade level.
Yes.
Because Mog couldn't pass notes to Axel without.
So, yeah, Lulun's gonna write a note. Just about who he is, a connection, and then like a relative date.
So as you're writing this note, the tubes kind of shift and lock down until a large one descends to the floor, and this one notably is not full of liquid. It seems like there's a minotaur sitting inside it. And as they look up at you, you watch as their brown eyes flicker to green and a smile grows across their face. Well, look who it is! My old friends!
I've never met you before.
No, you're new.
Glad we cleared that up.
But the rest of you, so good to see you here.
It's certainly something to see you here.
Well, as I said, I was in many minds, and when that city got pulled across, so did a part of me. Now, unfortunately, my last body did explode. But have you considered my alliance?
Should we do a quick group huddle on this one?
Yeah, group huddle.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a group huddle on this one.
Just gonna join the
Give
group
us a
home and be
second.
like, I don't know what this is about, but
Mog
like,
walks
glowing eyes
over
doesn't
and
seem
just-
right. Yeah, no, come on.
Yeah, you get in here.
Yeah,
too,
no,
Mog.
Mog, get
Yeah.
over here. Okay, I
So-
don't know who that is, but based on the tension in the air when they said that, probably not the best guy, right?
Remember how I said
Mhm.
people blew up a museum the other day
Uh-huh.
after that guy,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
After that guy.
They
But
did
that
it to
guy-
kill a guy, or to kill someone who that guy was inside of.
But that
Um,
guy is a lot of people.
Yeah, including
Yeah.
I feel like
possibly
there's
some
a
of
phrasing
us.
issue right now.
Look, just bear with us for a second here. It's really hard not to describe it in a weird, like, kind of sexual way, but it's not.
Good, because I was gonna say if there's anything like that, I'd rather not.
In your brain, he exists in your brain and has the ability to take people over. Hence, like, that's not that person talking. That's this
Like what happened during the spider fight?
Sort of, yeah. Except for that, it's not like your whole soul and essence is switched. It's like he exists as a little piece in your brain that can sometimes take over and control you.
That just sounds
and
terrifying.
He'd take over
Yeah.
brains.
He does, yes.
Mog's gonna like look around the room. There are lots of brains in here.
Yeah.
Mog need incinerate?
I have a few questions about how you ended up with this Minotaur person. They attacked you when they were green-eyed,
Yes.
or when they weren't.
Well,
So
they didn't have green eyes when they show up, but then the green eyes happen, and then Mog put in box.
Okay, you don't know why they attacked you?
When they come, they had fireman's colors on.
Noted.
But okay.
So how does he get in the brain? Is it like a leech, or is it like
Yeah, it's
like
like
a hand thing? Like, is it like
Arrows-
an amulet, or
so it's like they get in. It gets in through like mental manipulation, if that makes sense. So that's why we're not clear if it's in mine or it's definitely not in mine. Actually, we know that now for sure, but big for a different reason. And I think the same for Lyra. Like
yeah, I looked around and there. Yeah.
we both ended up in this really bad place where we were I was mentally tortured. Lyra is just way better at not getting manipulated than me.
Well,
But
it was just a really weird situation.
yeah, I had a lot of my memories removed, and then one of his followers, the one that got blown up at the museum, was responsible for torturing us for information. Mostly me.
Uh-huh. Yes.
But his essence and the essence of the guy that we're trying to get rid of, Roran, who we now know is the god of hope, which is weird. Their essences, in my mind, wiped each other out. According to the Thought Weaver, who is a spider woman who can read your thoughts.
She's also kind of my mentor.
Yeah, also kind of Lyra's
She's kind of my
mentor.
mentor.
Mog just kind
You'll
of
probably
narrows
meet
his
her
eyes
if-
at you, Lyra.
I'm not gonna lie, that kind of makes what you did to the other one a lot more fucked up, but I'm gonna let that slide.
Well, she
Yeah. I
wasn't the other one that we attacked not a spider woman, just a spider.
Just a spider. Just a spider.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, there's a difference.
There's a
Okay,
difference.
I
There's a difference
can
between
separate those two a
spiders
bit.
and driders. Okay, like
Got it. So
This
if it's
one's
got a
like
human face, I guess we talk to it.
And like a
Okay,
woman and
look,
a woman torso.
we talked to the spider, okay, but she wanted to, have a bunch of babies that eat people. Okay.
Fair. That's on me. I'm still kind of getting over it. I do apologize.
The Dream Weaver doesn't have babies that eat people, so we're cool.
Okay.
If the Dream Weaver started
That's-
having babies that eat people, I would kill her too. Okay.
Okay. Got
yeah,
it.
that's true. That's true. Like, and we're still very early on in our mentor-mentee relationship. So
Yeah, like a very recent, and so okay. So
yeah,
this
like
guy,
I like asked her, and she was like, I guess.
So this guy
Anyway.
has, because we have the information that Roran and this guy wiped each other out in my mind. The guy that causes people to have green eyes has a vested interest in getting rid of Roran, and he wants to team up with us to get rid of him. But he is also directly or they. I don't really know. I don't have their pronouns specifically, but they are also directly responsible for torturing me and Lyra for
Definitely
me.
not the best person to side with.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we stand. Kind of neither are great. But it's sort of like the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of deal.
And that's why there was that tension in the air and not just
Yeah.
outright saying no.
Exactly.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I just had
It's kind of like
But
we
now-
want to say no, but
But
like
here's the thing. Now that we know that Roran is the god of hope, does that mean that this thing is out to destroy all hope in the world? Because that's also really concerning and maybe not
Yeah.
something that we should team up with.
Right.
I'm
not sure what happens when the god is gone. I mean, my god isn't in this realm, and yet hunting still exists. People still follow them, I assume, based on what Mog said about knowing where others like me might be.
But your god still exists. Somewhere.
Fair. They're still here. They're here, but not here.
Yeah. So maybe we should just say no then, like, cut our losses here.
Got it. Mog incinerate.
Well, wait,
Like,
okay, wait, I want to
what
get a
if-
confirmation from the group before.
They do have like connections to the outside though that might make it possible for us to get out of here without maybe destroying all gods ever.
Not all gods,
Oh,
just
that's
Feywild
true.
gods. Other gods probably okay.
Here's my
Probably.
concern.
Mm.
Here's my concern.
Mhm.
If we say no here, what's going to happen to our home when we get back?
Yeah.
He controls
And now-
a lot of people that will come
Not only
after
that,
us.
it's not good to completely reject an offer. It's always you always want to keep your cards on the table. It seems like you won't lose anything if you say
Mog
still thinking about it.
Mog looks
right?
up at Karg very surprised and go, "You is horrible at cards.
I am very horrible at cards.
You don't keep cards on table.
Just keep them all on the table.
You keep hidden.
I mean like
You
cards
want
on the
bet on
table.
you want bet on poker?
I feel like we haven't been able to play blackjack and I'm not sure. I'm just saying that like it's best to have it to use, best not to discard it and then need it later. It seems
Well,
useful.
okay, should we just say we're
And
we're
also,
still
I would rather
thinking
you all not end up going home and having something happen. Considering it seems like they have their themselves and many more people.
We can
Let's,
always
okay,
Do we
let's,
remember the terms of the agreement?
Roll history.
I'm
They
vague.
were
Was
only
it one of
really
the
ever
terms?
laid out for Elliot, so roll history.
Okay.
and I don't think Elliot disclosed all of those to us.
I don't think he did either because he wasn't super into it.
I
It's
mean,
a 14 for me.
You remember
Let me
specifically
see.
that
History.
Spectra was created as a weapon against Kalishtar,
Hmm.
and that he didn't want to go after Roran. He specifically wanted to help you fight Velkin.
Oh, it was Velkin he was after.
Oh.
I don't like that guy either.
Okay, maybe
But he
we
did
say this.
also
Maybe we're
wipe
like,
out Roran, in my mind. Or they wiped each other out, so it's like,
We could just say we've been through a lot of shit in a new world. Hasn't been on the top of our mind as of late.
I think we should ask if he has any way of getting us out of here, because then maybe we want to say, like, we can't do anything about Velkin while we're
Mhm.
here. Okay. Group
I
huddle,
think,
good.
yeah. I think that's the place to start.
Okay, I have hand on incinerate, but just in case.
Good plan. Good
Mog
plan.
walks
on you,
over
Mog.
and
We
just
love you.
grabs a lever on the console.
The only thing I will
We're
say
happy to
is
have some
technically-
proactive countermeasures.
So,
Mhm.
Mog, that person in there is dead. That Minotaur.
No,
Did you kill them? No, they're not dead. So they are technically innocent in this. They didn't attack you. This entity did. So consider maybe not keeping them in eternal slumber.
got
for
it.
something
Not
they
turn
could've
into associates. Send into eternal sleep.
No, like maybe we let them go. We could take them with us. I really.
Mog can't do that.
Why?
They came from Fire Guy. Mog can't let them go. They've
Well,
seen
yeah.
inside of Tower. Now they know Mog's secrets.
Well, they're not with the fire guy though. Like they got pulled into this plane unwillingly, probably.
Is we sure it was unwilling? They seem pretty happy to wear Fire Guy colors. Here, they came with all these guys. As he begins, pulling levers again, and you see more Minotaurs and Furbolgs dropping down next to it, and these ones are all asleep.
Newsom is looking more
Do
and
you
more
guys
mortified.
recognize any of them?
Yeah,
I was just
Can
literally
we-
gonna ask that.
I was also.
Roll history.
Do we get advantage because these are
If you are a Minotaur, you get advantage.
Okay.
Oh, should the rest of us roll regular, or are we not rolling at all?
You wouldn't
That's
recognize them at all.
18 for me. That was an 18 and a natural 1. So good thing
So
I.
Lulin, you recognize a couple of them. You grew up with some of these people. And Newson, you did too, but all of these people were people who intentionally moved to Ohans and sided with Boldspeaker. Sided with Herkist.
Mm-hmm.
Does Lulin also
They're
notice
all
that trend?
they're all wearing variations of this kind of charcoal gray armor or robes lined with yellow and red that seems to be moving on its own.
Does Lulin also recognize that trend?
You do.
Everybody went to Ohans and
You do. Newson just
Oh.
recognizes more of the people because she was a little bit more
Yeah.
social with the non-trainees.
yeah.
There's about 25 of them.
Oh, news and my heart's sinking.
I know, mine too.
Why, you
This
know
is-
these people?
Yeah.
They all went to the city of Ohans, where my uncle is, Hercus, who's like kind of running the place, kind of a piece of shit. Not kind of, is a piece of shit.
You don't think he made a deal with this god, do you?
I wouldn't be surprised.
To pull the whole city off the material plane?
Dude was hungry for power.
Well, I mean, of
Mog
all the
hungry.
gods to side with,
Mog hungry for seeds.
that'd be the one.
Hercus is certainly something.
Mm-hmm.
From the tube, Spectra's looking out and he goes, "You're welcome to ask all the questions you want. Do you want to speak to the host?"
Yes, actually. That would be very
Mhm,
helpful.
Yeah.
Well, I am here to help. As you watch the green like slowly fade away as the Minotaur shakes their head. "Let me out of this damn cage!" As they begin pounding on the glass.
I feel like one of you guys should take
Newland.
this.
Newson!
don't- yeah.
Lulin's just gonna look at Newsom.
Newson's kind of like walking up. I assume, is it like at floor height, or is it like a little higher?
So you
like,
remember the Avengers movie, the cage they had Loki in?
Yeah,
It's like that.
That vibe.
Okay, okay.
got it.
Do I like it? This person knew our name, so do I know this Minotaur well enough to know a family name?
You wouldn't know their family name, but you would know that their first name is Maran.
I would know. Okay.
And so what you would know about them is that their name is Maran, and the reason you probably can't piece together a family name is because their family was already in Ohan, so they had already left Olfast by the time you were growing up.
Got it.
And, that was a pretty disgraceful thing to do, so Minotaurs didn't talk about it that much.
Yeah. Moran, how did you all end up here?
We got the High Priest of the Sword.
The High Priest of the Sword?
No. We brought the High Priest Hercus the sword from the boy in the woods.
Is he okay?
The boy in the
boy?
woods?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him since we brought him in the sword in.
Was this always your all's intention to come here? Your Hercuses, I guess.
It is not the place of disciples to question the will of the High Priest.
Yes, it is. Oh my god.
He rescued all of us. Why would we question his will?
And now you're here in a test tube.
Yes, well, we all must make sacrifices. But since we've come here, our people have had nothing but plenty. They're taken care of, fed. There's no risk of war. Can you say as much for Ulfast?
Yeah. Oldfast is safe now, thanks to us.
We stopped it.
And now Hans is safe thanks to Herkist.
By running away, as he loves to do.
Not all of us choose to throw ourselves blindly into a fight we'll lose.
We didn't lose, so... Seems like you all should throw yourselves into fights more often.
Yes, we'll tell that to the dead.
Dead are the lucky ones.
So, what brought you all out here to this tower?
We were sent here by our god.
The fire god.
Mhm.
2.
Capture it. Bring it back.
Alright.
Or to kill the little monster that lives within it. As he glares at Mog. And Mog just sticks his tongue out and does a raspberry. I'm sure if you were to help us, Umbreon would be most rewarding.
Yeah, I don't know what delusions you guys are under, but I don't personally want to be subjugated by the god that subjugated all Minotaurs and Furbolgs before Ulfast got us out in the first place.
Is that what they've told you, that we were subjugated?
Yeah,
Is that what you call having any leader?
no.
Only the ones power for hungry for power.
Mm-hmm.
Why would a god hunger for power when they already
That's
have
what
as
fire
much of it
does.
as they need?
Not necessarily the god, but the man that's already above you.
Don't you dare speak of the Flamekeeper that way, boy.
I believe I can, considering he's my uncle.
Ah, I see you've forgotten many of the lessons your elders taught you.
Yeah, and I've learned a lot more.
Kind of just sits back in the chair in the center of the cell.
Tell me, what have you learned?
I've learned that we can find another way without fighting. That we don't have to be barbarians like you choose to.
Tell me then, without fighting, how do you plan on succeeding?
We're here. We already have. Our people are safe from the wars of our world.
You don't think there's problems here?
I'm sure there are.
It's more than you could ever know.
But at least we're not ending up in the pits like we were.
Pits no longer exist. You're welcome.
Doesn't matter now. We're here.
Traded one set of problems for another.
We're within the light of the flame. Nothing can hurt us now.
Except for this little guy in a tower. Which, incidentally, it's really interesting that you said you guys don't fight, and yet you came here to, specifically by your words, murder this guy.
Yes, well, exceptions can be made when it comes to demons.
Well, you know, if you'd been a little better at fighting, maybe you would have won instead of, how many... She, like, counts the pods. This one little guy has you all, every single person you brought here, in a little test tube.
He just goes silent.
Yeah. Well.
After a couple seconds, you watch that bright green kind of flow back in. Did he answer all your questions the way you wanted him to?
He answered them the way I'd expect him to.
Now, we were talking about an alliance.
Well, we need to know something before we agree to anything. Do you have a way out of here?
I'm working on it. I've made contact with some of your friends.
In the city?
In the city.
Okay. Have they made any deals with you?
We've agreed to help each other rescue your friend Ro.
Yeah. Well, that's good. They're still alive.
It has become clear in the several months we've been here that the sword is making Umbreon's power stronger. But what should I expect from one of Velkenbara's tools?
Yeah. So, what do you want from us exactly?
Help me to kill the man.
Umbreon? The god.
Well, that would be a nice added bonus. He's no god of mine.
No, my uncle.
No,
No?
Velkenbara.
Okay, I know you want us to kill Velkin. I want to know what you want to do with us specifically. What do you want to be in our minds? Are we just working
Yeah.
together with your other puppets?
I have no need to be in your, I have no need to rest myself within that chaos.
Well, you've already been
Thank
kicked
you.
out once, apparently.
Yes, that was rather painful. What exactly did that?
Something else we're trying to deal with right now, apparently. I got a lot of shit in here, turns out.
Yes. Your mind does show many cracks.
You're telling me.
But
That's
no,
why you just want to stuff it in a bag.
simply treat me like any other ally. I'll help you, you help me. There's the small matter of vengeance I'll have to take when I get back.
On.
The men in white.
Can I do a history
Men.
check on that?
You wouldn't need to. He's talking about the second sons. He just doesn't know their name.
I thought they were in green.
But they had the
I thought-
white scarves. That was
Yeah,
like their telling feature.
Yeah, you threw me off because they were all in green.
Yeah, the green was the pervasive
Yeah.
color that I because
That's
it was
why I wanted a
specifically
history
the-
check, so I
know
Brando
we
could
had the
know.
we had the same thought.
Yes. Same cow, same cow.
After all, they did
Mhm.
take a very valuable piece off my board. I'd be remiss if I didn't feel a slight need for vengeance.
I mean,
So,
we're not
those
gonna
people-
help you with that.
I mean,
With vengeance? It's not our vengeance.
No, but I'm willing to help you with yours here.
I mean, we're not out for vengeance. We're out to protect the people that somebody is taking advantage of and manipulating.
Well, it seems to me like most of them came willingly.
There's enough of them that don't know better in that mix. That willing isn't a fair way to put it. They don't know. There are children that have been raised in a city where they've never known anything except for to listen to what Hercus says.
You sound like him, Newson. You sound like Velkin. Because they haven't made your decision, you should make it for them.
No, I'm not saying we should make it for them. I'm saying that they should know that they have choices.
From what I understand, Velkin gave them choices.
It's not really a choice. When all...
I'm just saying, be careful whose steps you're following on the path you're treading.
Don't compare me to him.
Don't be like him, then.
Don't make me take out another vessel.
I have more.
Probably won't for long. If they're following the light that they say they're following, there's one lesson they need to learn.
Oh.
And that's the closer you get to fire, the more it burns. And it will not apologize when it does so. It
Not
will
all.
eat and consume until there is nothing left, unless guided. And unfortunately, gods don't like being guided.
You don't seem to have a strong understanding of what I am. Who are you?
Just a messenger who arrived a bit too late.
Well, if this whole world burns, I'll still have vessels left. After all, your uncle was very busy when he was helping to run the pits, Lulin.
Yeah. I'd have thought and a feeling that he would have been connected with that.
What a better way to make people eternally loyal to you than to be the one who rescued them.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Hercus was...
And what a better way to make them hate a fight than to make them do it over and over and over again.
Doesn't that mean you were working with him then? Since you were the one there torturing me and Lyra?
As I've previously explained to your friend, I didn't exactly do it by choice. But what's done is done.
Do you currently know more about Hercus?
I know that he was promised something dear to him. The resurrection of his brother in return for bringing the city here.
Lulin's eyes go big.
Newson's eyes also go big. Newson it's like a very quick, like sudden head jerk to look at Lula, and
There's a vein that's popped in his forehead, right above his eye.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Abso-fucking-lutely. That is a crit.
Nice.
So you get to
did it
choose how you
together.
react to this feeling. But you feel that, like, unfamiliar rage building within you.
Can you, Nothing good can come of this. With Hercus being too smart, too charismatic, too planned.
Yes. One of your uncles makes an extraordinary carrot, while the other one is a particularly brutal stick. Both imbued with the power of the god of flame.
Yeah. It's unfortunately neither of them can see that light with the blindness that they have. It's a shame. Sometimes light can be beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
One
Can
cannot
also be
blame a
dangerous.
moth for flying towards the wrong light. You can simply exterminate it.
Or bury it again. There's another vein that's popping in Blueland's forehead.
Now, are we working together, or should I go back to sleep? Leave you with your strong and silent type friend. I could get you into the city unseen.
Would be helpful.
Keep you hidden while you're there. While your people are living in the city now, they're not the only denizens. There are those who wouldn't recognize you in places we could hide you.
I think that could be a good start.
And in return, you'll help me do what I wish to? It would be so much easier to kill Velkambara with your help.
Why do you need specifically us to help?
Well, I could simply throw bodies into the meat grinder, but I don't feel like that would be the best use of resources. Especially not while a portion of my mind is trapped here.
Understandable. But also understand that I do believe we are not in any contention of taking on Vilken currently.
And I have no gripe against your uncles.
Fair.
We're simply making a deal.
Loon's gonna look at Lyra and Nuzin.
You can take the night and consider it. I'm not going anywhere. Shall I bring your friends here, though?
You can bring Ari and Drago here?
I can lead one portion of my mind to another. And I have been in communication with them.
I do hope they are well.
They're doing surprisingly well. Although the Dragonborn will not shut up.
Yep.
The veins retreated to Lulin's forehead and he just giggles. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mog just looks over. So am not pulling lever?
No, don't pull
No.
the lever.
Yeah, Mog never
Keep
gets
them
to
trapped like a flame in a lantern.
Mog never gets to pull the lantern. Mog never gets to pull the lever.
I mean, you could pull it on someone else if you wanted to, but not this one.
This one the only one that talk.
Got
Ah,
it.
The rest of them are just asleep. They're new associates. Although Mog could give you associates to help you get to city.
As
Well,
much as that's appreciated, I feel as though if you give us a Minotaur or a Furbolg, they'll be noticed. They would recognize them.
They not recognize that guy too?
yeah, they will recognize that guy, but
As I said, Newson, take the night to consider it. You all surely must be tired from whatever brought you here.
I mean,
That's
to be
what,
fair, we
day
did
3?
survive an explosion, so they're not wrong.
Yeah, it's day 3 of being here, so we're doing good so far.
Yes, well, you did manage to make it into the tower without being killed.
Seems just knocking on the door and being polite seems to work wonders here.
yeah, I think we're
Yes.
just a bit more capable.
Well, They didn't exactly have a chance to fight back. They demanded entrance and they got it.
Wishes do come true.
The real trick is getting out.
We'll take the night. Enjoy your coffin.
Enjoy your lantern.
Do you think?
You seem to think I'm one who follows the flame, Mr.
Oh, I don't think you follow the flame, but who you inhabit certainly does. And if you are within them, then you are within the lantern.
A prison within a prison.
Mm-hmm.
Your friends are
Just
familiar
like-
with the concept.
Just like the
Quite
prince.
familiar as well.
So
Think you
is
could-
we done with this guy?
Yeah, we're done.
Up he go! As he pushes a lever, and you just see rockets back up into the air.
Ah!
That must get really fun to do all the time.
You want try?
Yes.
Come, pull
He said,
levers.
but,
Looks excited. Oh, I want to go up. That looks
oh,
fun.
Oh, Mog, bring down empty tube for you.
Do not copy him.
You not want backups in case it go wrong?
No.
Luna excitedly goes in.
Oh my god.
tell me how it is. I might want to do it as well.
He hits a couple buttons on it with his, little crow hands as
Yeah.
the door seals in front of you, and you rock it up. And as you pass what seems to be kind of a ceiling, you see that on the other side of this, in what must apparently be his storage, there are thousands of these tubes filled with every manner of creature. You see blink dogs, satyrs. You see a couple of couple things that look like the spider you just fought. You see demons and devils. You see what appears to be an angel.
Lulin's writing this down quickly as he's excited and adrenalized.
And then just as suddenly, you are rocketed back down and the door opens up.
Yeah.
So how was it?
I wonder if that's what it's like throwing Elliot.
Wait, you throw Elliot?
More than
Yeah.
once.
Huh.
Yeah, kind of weirdly often, actually.
He's
And I
very
guess it-
throwable. He's very compact.
Yeah.
I mean,
And he's good at
I-
landing. He's very good at landing.
Yeah.
I would have
great
expected.
at
I would
it.
have expected that from Nom, but
Not
to know-
self
good to
place.
know
No one
that
doesn't like
everybody's
being thrown.
well,
he doesn't
that-
like being
that explains
picked up
it.
all the time. It's got to be like he's a lot more like you need to be okay with being picked up.
yeah.
Anyway, you all can stay in Mog room for night.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Mog just asked that you keep person on guard, so Mog have more time to look at stars.
Sure.
Sure thing.
Absolutely.
That's no problem.
Whoever on guard can stay on ground floor.
Okay.
As he kind of wanders over and he goes, "This is elevator. This one go up. This one go down. Feel free to look around workshop while on guard. Rest of
Do your
you
rope.
get good sleep."
Appreciate it. Do we need to know anything? If we're looking around the workshop, is there anything we should explicitly not do to piss off the robots downstairs, or
Just no break anything.
okay?
Mog will
What if
send
we
robots.
accidentally?
Mog will send robot signal to send request to Mog before attack.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Mog will decide based on value of item broken.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. As he pulls a lever and he just rockets away to the top of the tower.
I don't
Okay.
know what level his room is on. He just kind of left us in the
It's
specimen room.
it's the next one up. He did show it to you when you were doing your tour.
Mm-hmm.
Did he show me
With the
his like
bed.
bedroom?
Mm-hmm. It's the giant room with the
I
large bed in the
forgot.
center of it.
I was in a car for half of the last session,
No,
so I'm
you're
gonna give
good.
myself a little bit of a mulligan.
Mhm.
You're
That's
good.
fair.
But it
You were all
goes
well
the
and good.
4 levels that are pretty much
Mhm.
their own spaces entirely is the workshop on the ground floor, the storage room, his room, and then the tower itself.
Got it.
So,
I can
as
take
much
first.
as I was gonna offer to take first watch,
You know, it's either way.
I wouldn't mind staying up to talk to you for a little bit.
Okay.
First off, that was very fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was exhilarating.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, I know what it's like for aliens to be thrown, except probably at a very much higher velocity.
Probably. But yeah, I guess.
Third
Just
thing,
kinda
there's thousands of those tubes up there.
Oh yeah, I guess I should mention he has a dragon in here.
I've
The
seen
thing that Nom killed?
Well,
He told
We
that whole
killed-
story about how he killed one to the trees.
I mean, we killed the dragon as a group, but yeah.
Got
It's
it.
not that dragon though. It's a black dragon.
I
So that was yeah.
from what specifically I've seen was there was another spider lady up there.
Oh.
There were angels. I saw one angel. A couple of demons. Nom's dogs.
Oh.
I saw a couple of those up there. I saw things that looked. I don't even know how to describe it.
Sounds like quite the collection.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
That's whew.
But yeah, very fun. Would recommend. Would highly recommend doing that at least once.
Well, maybe tomorrow. Considering, he's already gone to go look at the stars.
Yes.
But
Yes.
well, I can depending on how we want to split things up, I guess we can take the first watch. I can do multiple if we need to. I
I
don't
can
know.
put up my tiny hut if we're not feeling safe.
Well, I
It's
think
not
it was
necessarily
more
us
that,
not feeling safe. It's more so protecting the tower.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Just in
it's not
case
big
anybody
enough
comes
for
in.
that.
I mean, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's just that
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about our safety here. I don't think. I don't feel like Mog is gonna try and like murder us in the night. I think he would have just
Yeah,
done it
Mog seems
already if he
fine.
was
I mean,
gonna.
I don't think it's gonna be him. I think it's gonna be
Yeah.
either probably
He-
more of the fired believers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, if he wanted to try and kill us, he would have taken the shot when he was pointing his boomstick at either me or Lulin. So
True.
Yeah.
I'm
I agree.
no offense, Karak, but I am a much bigger target.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I'm kind. There's a part of me that feels like if he shot me, I would have just turned to stone just to see.
Yeah, I
just,
can't do that.
Yeah, you can't. That's a very unfortunate thing. Though, I would say unfortunate, but side effects.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're about an hour and a half in. So before we start these watches, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break.
Nice.
Sounds like a plan.
We will see everybody in a bit. And we're back. Anyways, so Nuzin and so Lyra. Okay, so we'll start with Nuzin and Lulin because you guys said you wanted to see them together. So we'll say that Karak and Lyra are like getting ready to go to sleep while you two are talking by the elevator.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm not okay, Nuzin.
What's going on? I mean, obviously the thing with your uncle is like insane, but
The fact that I have to see them both again. It's a feeling I've yet felt. It's not quite scared or frightened or terrified. It's like something willing to fight but backed in a corner. Not out of fear or survival.
lashing out.
Nothing good can come out of this.
No.
I do
Definitely.
agree. People should have the right to what they want to do. But having those men in charge, I don't even know what the fire god is even capable of. If it's just half of what my uncles can do, that's the terrifying part. If Hercus was able to convince hundreds to thousands of people to join, it's absolutely terrifying
I
to think what
agree.
he could do with a whole other plane.
With a whole god to back him too.
If what Karak says about this long winter and a fire god having this great following of thousands of people, who wouldn't want to go to the next warmest thing to summer?
Yeah.
Better be fucking Excalibur.
I'm fucking
Are
terrified.
you
Newsom.
serious? Are you serious? Or the double 20s? What the fuck?
Lewin's eyes just like
I will never be this lucky
he,
in my
it's like
entire
nearly
life.
like me as a person who's had like constant days of stress where it feels like your eyes are sinking in. You have like bags on bags under your eyes. That's Lulin in like the matter of just like an hour. He just
Instantly
looks
fatigued.
he just looks visibly ill from just a couple hours ago. I have no issue. I have lots of issues with Hercus. I just don't know if I'm ready to face him again.
Well, you're not facing him alone this time. Got all of us.
Thank you.
You know, I'd never let you go into something like this on your own. You've always been there for me through everything. I couldn't just leave you to not do the same for you. I mean, this is when I heard him say they were trying to bring back your uncle, I was mortified. I
Yeah.
we're gonna have to not let that happen, period. But I mean, if we get in there and it's too much for you, I understand. Like,
There's
it's just like when we had to fight Elliot's stepdad, you know? I
whatever you
don't,
mentioned. Lewin like clutches his chest, where a giant like gaping hole is. Yeah. Already this far, Newsom.
yeah, but I mean,
I don't think we're at a place where we can just turn back. We're already set up on a high expectation.
I just want you to know that if it's too much for you personally, it's okay to take a step back. That like I will pick up whatever slack that there is, and I will do what I have to do to stop this from happening. You're not gonna, if I have anything to say about it, you will not ever face your uncle again.
I want to though. I don't want to.
But you do.
I just have to.
And you know you'll always have me at your back.
It's always a tainted feeling of being called bold speaker with those two in the family. I know my father wasn't the best, but he at least cared about us. To an extent.
Um,
I
I
envy
don't
you, Newsom. You showed such strength and honor, and you're able to find a name that well fits you. I don't know if I'm becoming of that. I'm proud of you. World Walker's a better name.
I mean, Llewyn, I think World Walker fits you too. I don't like to hear you, you know. I look, there's nothing I love more than your praise, you know. Uh, you trained me for long enough to know that. But I don't like hearing you like put yourself down to bolster me. And I mean, I kind of wanted to bring it up before, but all the stuff with Valiant Eye ended up a little bit weird, but I
I'm aware.
mean, yeah, um, unexpectedly weird. But you know, I just kind of buried that for later because of everything that's happened. But I mean, I always intended to offer you my name. I mean, I'm not the only one that's been on this journey. You've tread every step that I have, and I couldn't have become World Walker without you. And I mean, it's my right as the first of this name to give it to anybody who I see fit. And I don't know who else I could. I literally could not ask for or expect anybody more correct for this name, honestly. But it's not something that you need to feel like pressured to do or anything. It has I've been looking for a good time to bring it up, and it's just been
No,
one thing
no,
after
it's
another.
I'm touched. I can think of one person who's more willing to have that name. Loon's gonna like specifically turn around and just look at Lyra.
News it just goes bright red instantly.
if I'm gonna be honest with you, and me and Valiant I already had this conversation, I would be taking hers.
You know, Valiant Eye suits you too.
Thank you, Newsom. Before we left, well, we weren't knowing we were going to leave. I left her a ring. And Lil's gonna like bring out like this like little patch of like little like knickknacks and things and like the concert T-shirt and like the equivalents to like a CD and whatever.
The old CD.
I'm not gonna leave until we have that final victory. Everyone's safe. The world can sleep. Lil's gonna pause. The worlds. The planes can sleep with a smile on their face for the first time. Together in one night. I'll stand by my family. But I do intend on going with her shortly thereafter.
Isn't kind of like nods and sighs. I expect nothing less. It's gonna be hard to be without you.
It'll just be hard without. I mean, it's already hard enough just Nom not being here. Feels like
Yeah.
so much is missing. But we all have our lives to live. None of us was expecting to ever do this.
No kidding. Just leaving Ulfast, let alone all of this.
And just think, we're just two Minotaurs bastardized in the middle of a war. And now it feels like the world's just a little bit closer to finally accepting one another. Lilith's gonna pull out the world seed too. He's gonna put everything back. He's gonna pull out the world seed that he has. It feels like so much of my dreams and hopes is in this. I always think if I'm worthy enough to plant it, to let it cultivate and grow.
Kind of like,
or even just where the hell to put it.
wow. Now that's a tougher choice, but she kind of chuckles a little bit and is just, I couldn't think of anybody more worthy. I don't think anybody would put half as much thought and care into even carrying that seed than you have. I wish that you saw yourself the way I do.
We'll just there's a little snort. This snort that's followed by a smile. Thank you, Newsom. can never say thank you.
It's funny because I'd say the same thing to you. I mean, there's nobody I'd rather have, as a best friend just my family. I wouldn't be half the Minotaur I am today if it weren't for you.
But yeah, if you actually finished your laps.
Look, okay.
Just because you're at the top doesn't mean you can cut some slack. I already know you're not doing your workouts.
Look, okay, I mean...
You haven't in 17 days.
We've been fighting, we're walking through the Feywild. I feel like,
I wake up every morning before sunrise. I continue my same regimen every damn, even after I nearly died to that stupid dragon. I did the same routine the next day.
I know. Look, I can't. You know how it is when like a cat or a dog falls asleep on your lap? If you were sharing a bed with Lyra, you'd understand. That's what it is every morning when I get up. I can't risk waking her up, okay? It would kill me.
I disagree. She sometimes snores louder than me.
Yeah, but it's cute when she does it. So.
Rude. Listen, Valiant Eye hasn't hit me yet, so.
That's true. That being said, she hasn't shared a sleeping space with you in several years, so.
Yeah. Fair.
We'll see how cute she thinks it is when you all are on a boat together.
Yeah, you might find me tied up to the front of the mast.
I mean, I think she'd agree that you're pretty enough to be one of the beautiful women at the front of the ship.
That and the cook.
True.
So who's taking first watch?
Lulu, yeah.
Okay. I'll take second.
All right. Lulin, where are you going to keep watch then?
Lulin's gonna go to he's gonna go to the room where all the friends and subordinates are, where all the tubes are. And he's gonna walk around, do a round.
Okay. I
Still
need
pull out another
everybody
letter.
else to deafen up. You'll see this when it's time for you to come back.
I get all the time.
Mm-hmm. So Lulin, you said you're going down to the tube room.
Yeah, Lulin's gonna go down to the tube room, and he's gonna pull out another piece of paper. And as he's making his rounds, he's just gonna start writing about himself, because he knows that he's physically, he's magically, or I guess spiritually, connected to Axel. So,
As you're walking around this room, you find yourself repeatedly drawn back to that spot. Back to looking at this kid in this tube. As you're staring up at it between looking down and writing your notes, you just hear a voice behind you. You're more like him than you realize.
yeah.
Yeah. First of all, you was a bad liar.
I know.
Second of all, you does want revenge. As Mog kind of walks up to you, looks up at you. Don't you?
Lilith sits down next to him. Yes, I unfortunately do. I don't like saying that I do. It hurts to say that I do.
It's going to hurt more to watch your friends lose self to revenge. Mog and Axel had many friends. And not all made journey. And there was point when Mog and Axel lost selves to revenge. Mog lost self to weave. And Axel lost everything. More than once. He kind of like reaches out and he lays a hand on your knee.
Lilith grabs it. Lilith grabs his hand.
If you is part of Axel, and Axel is part of you, then Mog need you know that it going to be okay. You just have to take time to ask. If one thing you seem to be good at that Axel was, it making friends. And friends are important because Mog kinda looks down. It's hard to be alone for so long. It not good. But Mog sees something else in you.
Yeah.
Mog. Axel was filled with light. Sometime literally. Of course we get fucking raided right in the middle of our heartfelt moment. God damn it, Flam!
Flam. Thank you, Fleas. Thank you very much.
Welcome in, Fleas. But Mog kind of looks up. Axel filled with light. Sometimes too much light. It burst out. Very, very, very hurt. But Mog sees light in you too. Mog knows Mog would do anything for his friends. Mog think you the same. But you cannot help friend if you cannot help self first. You understand what Mog say?
Lulu looks down at Mog and he's just tearing up. I do, bud. I don't think Lulu's gonna look up at Axel. If it's anything that I am, and if we're connected together, I know deep down that you're his family.
Axel only family Mog have left. But one day, when sky is shattered and all is good, Mog going to go explore world with Axel, find friends again. They out there somewhere. He kind of like pulls out a small notebook, and as he's like paging through it, you see sketches. A wizard, a tiger, a couple other
Son
people.
of a bitch, you're gonna make me cry.
Mog has gone a long time without friends. And many Mogs have passed, but Mog hoped that when Tube opened, Axel still recognized him.
I can only imagine he does.
Mog know everything going to be okay. And Mog knows your friend's going to be okay. Because they have someone like you.
Damn right they will be.
Be careful, though. Just because everything going be okay doesn't mean you have to make sacrifice to do it.
Thank you, Mog. I appreciate you. I appreciate you letting us stay in your home. As well as meeting your family.
This is not Mog home.
That's
Mog
where your
home
family
out-
is.
And the rest of Mog home out there somewhere. Just like the rest of Lulin's home is. As he kind of pats you and you sit there in silence. For the next, like, half hour.
Yeah. Well, it's
Before
gonna
he
finish,
kind of stands up and walks away, leaving you to write your note.
Lula's just gonna write everything about him. All of his adventures up until now. All the people. And at the end, he's just gonna write, "Thank you for showing what family means to other people."
And the
Keep
rest
that
of
going, bud.
the rest of your shift passed without incident.
I will. Oof, woofs. I'm gonna D4 here. If I roll a 4, it's your choice, BT. It's a 4. Who do I wake up next?
We're gonna go with
Yeah.
see everybody
got
else
it.
soon.
Lynn's gonna just gently wake you up. Just give you a nudge on your shoulder.
Just gonna kind of groggily wake up and it's just like, okay, 3 for 3. Good job.
He's gonna hand you like a nice warm cup of tea.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. There's more over there.
Oh,
It's my
that's
favorite
wonderful.
blend.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Did you say my favorite blend or yours?
My favorite blend.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I'll trust that it is wonderful.
It's a big floral hint with a little bit of lemon zest.
Oh, that is delightful. Thank you. I do appreciate it. How's watch, by the way? Uneventful, I'm assuming.
Well needed.
Hmm.
It was very well needed.
Hmm. That's wonderful. That's good to hear. It's been. I'm sorry if I seem out of it. Waking
It's
up is
been-
still.
It's been a fucking day.
Oh, I bet.
All right,
mhm.
Karak,
I-
which floor are you going to?
Karak probably would have taken like a tour of all of them, but then stopped at the top where all the god essences are, deciding that not only is the height best for that, but also it's just like good, out of the way, interesting to see all of their essences just sitting there.
All right. Bye, everybody else. Rose.
Ah, there we go.
As you get to the top floor, you see Mog with a large chart out in front of the telescope as you walk over and look at the god essences.
Mhm.
Then he looks at you. You is different from rest.
Oh, how so?
You has ties to here.
I do.
Mog kind of like sits down and he pulls out a cup and he pours himself something and he goes, "It good. Mog have tea with Stone Man many time, but Stone Man never speak back."
I guess this will be a first then for both of us.
How
I
is
do appreciate you coming to visit. I didn't assume many people would.
Well, you come to Mog floor.
Understandable.
How is you feel? Any stiffness?
Definitely has been taking some getting used to. I keep waking up and it's always a surprise. After 1,000 years of not quite doing that, it's nice but a bit jarring.
Mog sure you met more people in that time.
Possibly.
Mog can still help you remember if you want.
I do appreciate the offer, but for now I think it's best to keep my past aside, at least until the end. After all, the people I've who got me the people that I'm with now are, well, they're an odd bunch, and I think it'll be a bit easier if I figure out what this version of me does before I see what my past did.
Mog has been through many different versions.
Mm-hmm.
But what if this version of you is that different from the version before?
Well, I'll have to decide which one I like more then.
Is hard choice.
It is.
He kind of pulls out a small vial of like this glowing white liquid and he sets it down.
Mm-hmm.
If you change mind, memories come back slow.
Mm-hmm.
But if you not know what path you came from, how you know what path go down?
I feel like I could say the same.
Wow.
All the people that everything is different now. I spent most of my life in summertime and now it's winter. Everyone who I was ever around isn't here anymore. The only person that I had any connection with is the god I served, and they're not even here anymore. They're not on this plane anymore, and that's scary. It's like, I guess of all the gods, it made sense that they would be the ones that'd be the hardest to catch.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Trap closed fast.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not to say your god is gone.
Mm-hmm.
After all, you still have power.
Yeah.
Your god's
Thanks.
somewhere looking out for you.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. I feel like it's thanks to her that I'm here. I wouldn't have been able to endure as long as I did if it weren't for her. You know, there's something that we used to talk about during the hunt, about the different ways that animals survive. And during the hunt, you have 4 choices. You either fight, you flee, you freeze, or you fawn. And after turning into stone, I've officially done all 4.
Well, it is good you Furbolg and not small deer then.
Yes, I don't think I would last very long as one of those.
Yes, that would make you fawn.
Mm-hmm. You do.
You say it because of God that you still here.
Mm-hmm.
But for 1,000 years, no other warlock. Maybe it because of you that God's still here.
Funny way of looking at it.
Mog always see things from different view.
Seems like that's a very useful ally to have. I can see why you have so many associates.
Mog associates, not allies. They waiting to serve greater purpose.
Ah. Well. Thanks to this chat, I hope I can I hope you can at least take pride in the fact that you have at least one ally, at least in the form of me. I may not know everything that's going on, but I think what we're doing, the greater good must happen. Not all Vox it. All things must die. Eventually.
But for thing to die, first must live.
Mm-hmm.
Do you live, Karakarim? Or do you just survive?
You know, not quite sure. But I know I've survived for a very long time, so maybe it's time I start living a bit more. I have about a thousand or so sunrises to catch up on, so maybe I'll get up a bit earlier later this morning.
Many more. You have 365,286 sunrises make up for.
Oh wow, that's a lot of sunrises.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But even though sunrise and things here change, he kind of looks up and out of the dome.
Mm-hmm.
Stars stay the same.
Yeah, they do. Karak decides to go ahead and pick up the vial, and just like, do you mind if I just take this with me? Should I ever decide? If I ever decide to do this a bit earlier.
It is for you to keep.
I appreciate that.
Mog has kept in case you wake up for many years.
Oh, you're very caring. You know that, Mog.
It from person who spared you.
For person who spared me.
Yes.
He proceeds to put it in his pocket and just...
What you think of all the gods when at end of day they just this, as he gestures to the essences.
They look a whole lot smaller when they're like that.
They
seem so powerful all the time, and yet here they are in little jars, just waiting.
Their power is only what we give them.
Mm-hmm.
Mog not seen new god born in many years. But that not just created. Enough people put faith. Kind of like friends downstairs.
I'll be honest, I never even considered the idea of them being created at all. I just assumed they were.
They were, but they not always is. Gods is not stars. And faith can keep people alive through dire circumstance. Like friends.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of friends? I hazard to call my newest group my friends, but they're the closest thing I have to them right now.
Kinda looks up at you. Mog have more friends now.
Aw.
Little, like, bird smile, just beak open.
I appreciate that. We should have chats like this more often. It's a lot nicer that now that I can respond.
When everything over, come visit.
Of course.
Unless Mog have kill you first.
Yeah. If that's the case, then I won't hold it against you.
Well, Mog hoped that you'd be dead.
Yeah, that would be scary.
Mog gone very long time without tower become haunted. Not want start now.
Well, that's it. You have my word.
Good. You not haunt Mog. Fantastic.
I know.
And he kind of stands up and he walks back to the telescope and starts looking through it again. Do you want to go anywhere else in the tower?
No, I think that's more than enough. I think he'll just sit down at the base level after having that conversation, just so that way he has a bit more. He can immediately figure out if something happens or not if someone tries to bust in. You know.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of your shift passes without incident. Who do you want to wake up next?
I will probably wake up. Let's wake up Lyra next. We'll bookend this with the 2 Minotaurs.
Alright, so we're gonna wake up Lyra next.
Mm-hmm.
Will you stop being Borky? You're being a bad girl. Lyra!
The other two missed their cue.
They've missed their cue. Oh no.
Oh no.
They've slept it. I wanted to wake up Lyra.
They've overslept.
Oh no.
Hold on.
I messaged Rosie.
I too messaged in the group chat.
Oh my gosh, maybe that's what Doggo wants. Doggo wants in the lap.
Oh my god.
She needs lap time.
Get some lap time. Well, we wait for Lyra to come back, and if Lyra doesn't come back soon, we'll just do Newton instead.
Yeah.
Come here.
Lyra proves that Lyra proves that they are the cat on the lap.
Yep.
In the meantime, everybody gets free Doggo.
Yay,
Free
free
doggo.
doggo.
For free?
Doggo for free.
Okay. We will just do Newton next, I suppose.
Yeah,
Oh,
seems like the
okey-dokey.
best.
So, Karak, how do you wake up Newton?
Probably just going to like sort of like push on their shoulder, just be like, "Hey, it's time to wake up."
Music kind of like snorts and is like, oh, okay, all right, yep, I'm up, and like unwinds from around Lyra. It was an extra cuddly night.
Mm-hmm. All right. It was rather uneventful, I must say. Mog is quite a wonderful conversationalist. I plan to visit them more often when this is all said and done.
Oh, well,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I definitely had some interesting conversations with them earlier, so I'm glad
Yeah.
glad you had some good ones of your own.
Apparently, it's my first time having tea with them, but a rather many times that he has had tea with me. So
You know, fair
It's not-
enough. Hey,
it's nice to know I was of use during that time. Anyway, Lulin said there was some tea. It was their favorite blend over there. If you need any of it,
cool.
I must say he wasn't kidding. It is quite lovely.
Yeah, you'll get used to that. Lulin is next level.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, get some sleep.
Oh, of
Um.
course. Okay. And with that, Karak retires for the evening.
Alright. Newton, where you headed?
I think Newton is gonna start by going back up to the associate room to look at that black dragon.
All right, so you head down to the associates room, and you walk around, and you eventually make your way over to this giant tube with this black dragon in it.
Yeah.
And as you're looking up at it, it is completely still. Not moving. It seems like it hasn't moved in a very long time. There's not even bubbles coming out of its mouth, like some of the other associates.
The ones that are sleeping rather than non-existent. I
Yeah.
don't know what I expected from this. I mean, I don't even have a dragon soul anymore. I don't know. It feels weird. Kind of like it. Walks up to it and like touches the glass and just kind of looking at it for a minute.
As you're kind of looking at it, you hear the lift slowly descending behind you. You kind of hear the pitter-patter of little feet as Mog walks into the room and begins, like, checking some of the tubes.
Takes her hand off the glass really quick. I thought you were spending the night looking at the stars.
Mog have much work to do.
Oh yeah?
Yes, he kind of walks over and looks up at the dragon. You like? You like dragon?
I have kind of a weird connection with them.
How so?
Well, at least for a little while, I kind of had a dragon soul in me.
Ah. Mog know that feel. Long time ago, Mog had dragon take over his body, too.
Well, it didn't really take over so much as it, like, needed... We killed a dragon, and its soul kind of latched onto me. That's why I figured you can't get this one to move, is... Even if you kill them, their souls find a new host, so... New place to be.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
they
that
can grow
different
again.
from Mog experience.
Yeah.
You must be strong will if Dragon Soul not just push you out.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have a lot of people in my head. What's one more, you know?
Not good people, Mog guess?
No. No good people. Only bad people.
Mog been there.
I'm glad somebody gets it. Sometimes I feel a little alone in those experiences. Not a lot of good things happen in my brain.
One good thing happened in your brain. You is in there.
That's surprisingly sweet. Sometimes I question whether it is a good thing or a bad thing that even I'm in here, but
Mog
gotta keep...
Mog spent many years around associates with nothing inside. Good thing you there. Mog wants to show you something. Come with Mog.
Oh, okay. Alright.
As he
There's
begins walking
follows
back
along.
towards the elevator.
Just like our huddle earlier. And Nuzin steps on the elevator with him.
Yes. Mog wants to show you what happens when associates have nothing inside.
Oh, okay.
As he pulls the lever and you begin descending, and you hit the workshop floor. And then you feel the elevator rumble as it goes down another floor, and you find yourself in like a dusty basement filled with things covered in sheets. As he walks over and he goes, "Long time ago, Mog build something for friend. You help friend cope with alone." As he pulls a sheet off and dust kind of flies through the air, as these kind of like pretty much halogen lights like begin to light up in the room, kind of flickering.
Mm-hmm.
And under the blanket is one of the bulwarks from a pood.
Okay.
This is what happened when you have something that empty. Could protect, could hurt, but not make decision to do so. You is better than this. Kind of looks at you. What's the look on your face right now?
News is like a little stunned to see one of these.
Mog kind of looks at you and looks back at it and looks back at you. You see before?
Yeah, surprisingly. Back from where we're from, actually.
You must know Masked Man then.
Yeah. So
Mog was going to ask because Mog only see your tattoo one place before.
Yeah. He
Mog only met once.
I'm surprised you met him once, even. I guess been around for a long time.
It was many Mogs ago, during war.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But Masked Man came to kill statue.
Yeah. That sounds about right. He was working with Velkin, or the man in black at the time. Shadow Man, I think.
Mog trusted him with because for some reason, Masked Man not kill.
Huh. The statue. You mean Karak?
Yes, Statue Man.
Huh. I guess that was the beginning of him splitting from Velkin.
Masked Man taught Mog important lesson that Mog think you should know.
I'm all ears.
Everything come down to choice.
Yeah.
Sometimes choice is hard. As he kind of walks over, he looks at you, and he looks up at you. Something tell Mog that you have to make a lot of hard choices.
Yeah.
But
Probably.
what Masked Man teach Mog is that only time choices start matter is when choices made for you.
Please.
What?
I said, geez.
Your friend follow you. But something tell me you not make choice just for you in long time.
Yeah, I don't.
So question
mean-
is what you want.
I barely know anymore. I mean, at first wanted to redeem myself in the eyes of my people. And now that I've done that, you know, I'm still fighting to protect everybody, but that's not really for me. I mean, I guess the last time I made a choice just for me was probably telling Lyra that I cared about her more than just a friend.
And good thing came of it, yes?
Yeah, probably one of the better things in my life right now.
So what you want next? Mog know beings you talk to. And Mog see how you make decision. Because you feel like you have to. But does you want to? As he kind of sits down on like a bench and gestures for you to join him.
Musin kind of like chuckles a little bit and is like kind of actively fighting off like some tears, I think. Sort of blinking them away as she like sits down on the bench, sort of like rubbing her face, and it's just like, you're surprisingly insightful, I gotta say. I guess I should have expected that from someone who has been around a pretty long time.
Mog know what it like to make choices for someone else. Mog still making choices for Mog that may not exist anymore. But Mog make choices for him. Because if Mog could leave Tower tomorrow, and Mog life would be same. Mog could explore, but what good explore if Mog can't do with friends? What good being alive if Mog live alone? What point in saving world if it world Newsin not happy in?
I mean, I could be happy when the world is safe.
But world never be safe. That nature of world.
It hurts me to see people suffer. All I've ever known is fighting to protect people. It's what I trained to do. I don't know who I am without an axe in my hand.
You just knew it.
Well,
Just
I'm gonna
like
be-
Mog Mog. Just because we put down Tool doesn't mean we stop being who we is. But if we keep chasing goal that not ours, eventually goal kill us, and then what life was lived?
guess you're not wrong. When I put down my tool, then some part of me has to say goodbye to everything that's happened and the people that I'm with, and when we stop fighting, then Llewellyn leaves. And I would never get in the way of his happiness, but I don't know what I'm gonna be without him.
But you see what happened if you keep fighting? And Llewellyn never leave? Which means Llewellyn never happy.
Yeah.
One day soon, time is going to come when your fight over. That okay? If you never let fight be over, you end up like Velkin.
You know, I'm getting compared to him a lot today, and it's a little, alarming. I definitely don't want to go down that path.
Velkin not always bad man. Once was explorer. Once had so much hope that drew God of Hope straight to him.
What happened?
What mean? What happened to Velkin?
I mean, to both of them, you know? He was so hopeful that, and in his exploring, that he drew the God of Hope to him, and then somehow the God of Hope became this horrible, corrupted thing, and he ended up fighting to destroy it, and then deciding that the best course of action was just to lock everything away from it. It's just such an extreme jump to even wrap my head around.
God's not like hope. If people have hope, what need they have for gods?
I mean, I think any god can make people hopeful. They can believe, you know, a god that thrives on hope could live peacefully with any god, I think. They kind of work in tandem.
When Mog was sent to kill God of Hope and Velkin, first Mog had to do research. Mog found out that God of Hope was trapped far away by other gods, so that God of Hope could not answer prayers, because that was domain of gods. Mog not want think what thousands of years of listen to prayers and not be able to help do to a person.
I guess that would be pretty soul-crushing, even for a god.
Like Mog tell Karak, gods not always gods, and gods not always stay gods. But hope? Hope always there. Maybe that what people so afraid of. From out of nowhere, he just holds out a cookie.
Newton has been like trying to get herself together this whole time. Like, I think she started crying when she was just talking about like not knowing what she was without the group and the fight. And she just like takes the cookie and eats it and is like, yeah, good. Like crying and eating a cookie. I just wish. I mean, if Lauren's the god of hope, you'd think there'd be some way to remind them that, you know, even though they couldn't answer her prayers all those years, they could now, rather than destroying stuff.
Maybe that your next fight, Newton. Teach hope how to hope again.
Maybe.
Kind of like pulls out a little sundial that really has no shadow on it because you're in a basement. Maybe sleep on it. It late, and Mog think you have long journey yet to come. As he kind of like pats a hand on your thigh.
Could I ask you one last favor, Mog?
Of course.
Could we go see the god essences again?
Yes. Come. As he like takes your hand and like slowly leads you. I'm assuming still partially sobbing.
Yeah, she's like holding Mog's hand with one hand and then like wiping her face with the other.
He pulls the lever as you rapidly ascend to the top of the tower where the god essences are. What you want see about them?
Take a closer look at the, I guess, hope essence.
Oh. Mog not store that here.
Oh.
That's stored here. As he points to his chest.
You have it inside of you?
That the beauty of all of this. As he gestures to all the god essences. They just one thing. But each of us have all of them inside.
But doesn't that mean that you would die if you activated the tower? Like, you said it would kill Karak to take the god essence out of him.
Newton, you just watch as a tear just wells up in the corner of his eye and runs along his beak. Maybe. But that why Mog have hope.
Newton just starts crying again and hugs Mog.
He kind of pats you on the shoulder and then leads you to the elevator and takes you down a floor back to the bedroom. Mog think you need sleep. Mog always feel better after good cry and good sleep.
You know, that's fair. I don't do that a lot. Maybe that'll become my new thing.
As long as you do for you, that's all that matters.
Well, I guess you get a good sleep too then. Or get your chores done. I guess I kind of derailed you from your chores.
He kind of looks at all your friends laying around the room and he looks at Lyra laying on the bed. Mog have one more person to talk to.
Well, it is her turn to take care of the tower, so I'll go over and give Lyra's arm like a gentle squeeze and see if I can get her up. Lyra,
Hi,
when you
Newson.
wake up, Nuzin is crying and desperately looking like she's trying not to cry.
What's going on? What's wrong?
Oh, nothing, sorry. I was trying to get it together before
Don't apologize. What's happening?
It's just I just had a shockingly profound conversation with with Mog, and he was hoping to talk to you too. So
Is that good or bad? Did he upset you?
it's not bad. It's not bad. It wasn't.
Okay.
It was. You know, he really just read me to my core in a way that nobody has read me to my core in a while, save for maybe Lulin. And you know, when you like get called out, but in a good way, like you're not taking care of yourself
Yeah.
properly. Yeah, that was kind of what it was like.
Did you finally get a therapy session in that actually worked for you?
Honestly, Lyra, yes.
I'm so glad to hear that.
I
Okay,
think I'm gonna have to figure out how to come back to the Feywild to talk to Mog as my therapist.
Mog's just kind of standing
Yeah,
there. Okay. Once Mog shatters sky, we visit all time.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah. Hi, Mog. I didn't realize you were here. Okay, well, I'm glad that was helpful. Mog, you wanted to talk to me?
Yes. Come.
Wait, before you go, New's just gonna like grab your hand and pull you into like a big hug.
Ah, Lyra gives him a big hug back. She's like, it's okay. Yeah, if you want to talk any more about what Mog said, you know, just let me know. But maybe I should go
Yeah,
talk to him too. Yeah.
I just want you to know that I feel like I don't say enough how much I appreciate you and just everything that you bring to my life.
Oh, geez. Well, thanks. You know, and right back at you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. Just
No, that's okay. That's okay. That's very kind.
now, Mom said it's good to get to have a big cry and then sleep. So
yeah, and you know, I wouldn't want to be saving the world with anyone else. So.
I agree. She gives you a little smooch.
Ah, little smooch.
Okay.
All right.
Have fun. She's gonna crawl into bed.
Mog kind of walks over to the elevator and just gestures for you to join him, Lyra.
Okay, I'll walk on this elevator. So, have you been practicing therapy for long?
He kind of pulls the lever as you go back to the top of the tower. Then he turns and looks at you. How long you going to lie to friends?
About what?
Mog sensed the Shadow Man in you the minute you walk through Mog door.
Yeah, so here's the thing. He really likes killing people, so it's not like I love lying to them. It's more like I really don't want him to kill them, and he was very specific that I should not tell them, like, on pain of death. So, you know, it doesn't really feel like it's super my choice in that department, but, you know, I'm trying to keep them safe. So I don't know.
You trust?
Do I trust who? What?
Do you trust him?
The evil guy? No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think I ever could, you know?
It's funny that you all think he evil.
I mean, he did, kill some people in front of us and that sort of thing. And I mean, I do see where you're coming from slightly, though. It seems like his goals are not they're not like, I don't know, his goals aren't like totally. It just seems like he wants to get back home. That's what he told me, and I'm not sure if he's lying or not. But he's willing to do anything to achieve that goal, which I think is sort of the definition of evil, regardless of if the goal itself is evil or not, you know?
And what you willing to do to stop him?
Well, I guess maybe I'm a little evil too then. But I just...
Not evil. Hopeful.
uh,
You
I
know
guess
why
I
he
hope.
chose you.
I guess I do. I just...
It's same reason he
I
chose
hope
Mog.
there's a way. He's in your head too?
He has been with many Mogs.
What do you think? Do you trust him?
Mog don't trust, but Mog understand.
Mm. Yeah.
Mog think you understand. Mog think you do anything to make home again.
I guess we're pretty similar in that way. But
Rorin
guess
no
I'm
choose people
hopeful.
who not full of hope.
yeah, I'm hopeful that there's a way for us to all make it through this. And I don't know how to do that while trusting him. I think the only way for me is to I guess wait and see almost. I don't Of course, I care the most about my family and my home. Getting back to them and getting our lives, not constantly under threat, but I care about the world too. I don't want it to burn for our sakes or Roran's sake.
But you still willing to burn it.
I guess if it came down to it.
Mog going to tell you what Mog been telling everybody else. Because you all need to hear in own time. Stop walking others' path.
Others' path? Whose path am I walking?
Mog doesn't know. But it not path you chose, which mean it not yours.
Mog, you're a really good therapist. You're a really good therapist. Yeah.
Mog have lots of time by
that's-
self to evaluate thoughts. Mog very self-aware.
Yeah, that's very impressive.
But Mog think that just be... Well, you smart. You went to school. You read many books.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How many book make sense before ending?
I guess not many. You kind of need the conclusion to see it all in perspective, I guess.
Sometime villain, not always who you think. Sometime villain made. Sometimes simplest answer is right one.
Thank you, Mog. This is...
You have questions for Mog?
No, I think I see what you mean. In that sense, at least.
Good. If you ever need talk, we share connection.
I'll be able to find you. And she's just sends a little just cute, like warm thought to Mog.
As you send this thought into Mog's head, you get a glimpse at what's inside. And you get a glimpse at his past. You see, in the beginning, where Mog believed that he could help people, and you have a flash of Mog killing Velkin. And a lash of darkness reaching out and touching Mog. And then you see 1,000 years in the tower of Mog alone, creating creatures and desperately trying to find a connection again. And then you see it, you see the flash, or you almost hear it, of you all knocking on the door. And you get a feeling of acceptance. And then you're back in your own head as Mog kind of nods at you and he goes, "Don't focus so much on tree that you miss rest of forest for it."
Thank you, Mog. And you should come with us, regardless of whether we decide that, the people in the city want to stay or not. I'm sure that I can at least try to get us back to the correct plane, and I think you should come with us.
Maybe. But if Mog do that, then Mog not walking own path.
Guess so. Well, think on it.
As he kind of goes over, and he kind of gestures you over to the telescope, and he goes, "You probably never seen sky like this. Take a look."
Oh my gosh, I want to look. Okay, yeah, which one? Okay, so which constellations are in this sky? Are there any that are the same? Are we like,
You
or is it
and
like
Mog
a different perspective?
spend the rest of your time talking about the stars and the constellations and what they might mean and what they're based on, and Mog tells you the stories that he learned about their formation 1,000 years in the past. And that's where we're gonna wrap up.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Everybody come back.
Come on, Sky. And that's it. That's where we're gonna end our session.
Whoa.
Woo!
Yeah.
All right.
That was crazy.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you for having a wonderful time. Thank you to all of our players. We have Lyra Dream Shadow, played by
Rosie, when Rosie see us on the internet.
What was your favorite part?
Oh, I forgot that bit. I'm sorry.
I know, you pulled an
My
Isaac.
favorite part? Definitely that secret last bit. Definitely that secret last bit. That was so cool. Loved that.
And then we have Karaka Reem, played by
Hello, it's me, Terminian Link VT, and my favorite bit had to also be the secret bit.
And then
It
we
was a
have
bit very nice.
News and World Walker, played by
It's me, the Sky T. Who's not gonna pick their favorite, the last bit?
Yeah.
Like,
The secret part.
and
The
last
secret
but
part.
not least, we have Lulin Boldspeaker, played by
it me, Brambo, Mr. Saturn 383 on the internet as well. You gotta know it's the secret bit.
It's the secret bit.
Gotta
No,
be
it's
the
the
secret
secret.
bit.
All right. My favorite part was also all the secret bits. Haha. Anyways, everybody, thank you for joining us. We're going to be here tomorrow where I'm going to become the best brown coat in history. And we're going to play some
Oh,
Starfield.
Let's go.
Heck
Go.
It's time to play Space Skyrim, and I'm going to colonize the universe. There are 1,000 planets, and if it is possible within the game, I'm going to put a colony on every goddamn one of them.
I believe in you.
All right,
Anyone can,
everybody.
it's you.
I'm going to send you over to Glitchroon. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and we will see you tomorrow, potentially earlier, because I might start that up as soon as I'm out of class, because I feel like I'm going to be playing it for a couple hours at a
Hell
minimum.
yeah. Hell
Love to
yeah.
see it.
Tour the worlds. It's the space tour. Anyways, everybody, this has been the
Space
Disaster
Tour.
Tour. Thank you. At your next stop, please say hello for me, and we'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your night.
Bye, everybody.